to India, Mumbai, as an assistant trade commissioner in 2014. I joined Matrade in 2009. Uh, I had 5 years experience on African market in HQ. Then I was sent to India. So many people will be thinking that, okay, you have Indian route, it will be easier to understand India, but it is not actually. So it's it's a tough market. Okay, it has 28 states now, around 8 union territories. So you add that together, it's 36 coverage. So we have 2 office. We divide them. In Mumbai, we are in charge of northern and western part of India. So the behavior of the people over there is a bit different from state to state because they speak different language, they have different culture. Uh, Forget about all races and religion. So you have to understand the culture of each community, so that if you want to understand the market, you need to divide them by the states, by the culture. So behavior of the market people from Delhi might be a bit different from Mumbai, and it will be very much different from people from southern part like Chennai, Bangalore, and the people from the eastern part, those in Kolkata, Assam. They these people, their behavior is much different than what we were thinking about Indians. So you must understand the market very well. If you want to do that, you have to do a lot of studies, and the best part is to be on the ground. So for us to bring our products over there, uh, we have 2 offices in India, like I said, in Mumbai and Chennai, to assist our Malaysian companies. So normally what we will suggest Malaysian company to do is uh, don't come to us and ask us what we can export to India. So what do you do? What is your strength? What is your expertise? So study on that, and then try to study. This is internet age. You have to study from Google is there, our big dictionary. Just Google, find out informations. You have to be neutral when you find informations. So you cannot do judgments based on your intuition or whatever people have been telling you, because what people tell you, what you read, might be different on the ground. So the best is do a lot of readings, do a lot of news article readings from multiple sources to understand the market. Then you can make your own understanding. Okay, the best route to export is to be on the ground, to face the market and see it yourself. Then only we can understand how to export to the market. Without that, sitting here like clicking, it doesn't work that way. You can try to send one shipment, maybe one small sample and all, but it won't be that successful. Okay. So if you guys have any questions about South Asia or India, you can always reach out to us. Dr. Ame has my details. Uh, we are always open to assist Malaysian companies. Even if you come to our office, it's open. You don't have to get appointment. You can just walk in. Okay, right.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Cik Ravi. Cik Ravi graduated from UUM. Yeah. And then, any question? Because, yes, Mr.
Mr.
Google.
Mr. Manso, we receive 8 questions. Okay, we receive 8 questions, right? The first question is how far Matrade contribute to Malaysia in the aspect of economy? The first question, how far Matrade contribute to Malaysia in the aspect of economy?
In terms of GDP contribution, we did the analysis recently. I can't remember exactly, but it's around 10%, to the GDP. But again, as I mentioned, this one we need to go into the Bank Negara information. There is actually an information, the contribution of external trade into the Malaysian economy. GDP around 10%. Okay. And then if you ask me, what is the contribution other than GDP? Balance of payment, yeah. Balance of payment means the more we do international trade, the more income from overseas coming into the country. So there will be a balance of payment. On top of that, when you go into international trade, you increase your quality of your products, because in order to export to the world, you need to comply to either EU marking, SCE marking, that is EU certification. You need to comply to international standard like British standard. This somehow or rather they contribute to the increase, to the knowledge of the people, to the knowledge of the people in the country, how to be competent in producing good high quality products. That is the summary of my answers, my immediate reaction. But then on top of that, it also contribute directly to employment. Yeah. For example, now you can see when people do not produce things, we must move. Yeah, we must move from the middle income country into high income economy, because our reliance on foreign labor is too much. So we must now bring in industrial IR 4.0 into the manufacturing, robotics. Yeah. So these are all contribution to the economy in the larger scale, because MITI is actually the main secretariat for automation and industrial revolution. All right. Basically, that is my immediate answers, Dr. Amin.
Thank you, Tomaso. So your second question here, I think not only Malaysia, but even Qatar and UAE is affected by the COVID-19. It is a global issue. So how Matrix, as what we call it, the international business facilitator, how Matrix mitigate this particular, impact for Malaysian exporters? Yeah.
Doctor is replying to the supply chain, right?
Maybe in general or specific.
All right. Okay. When we first entered into MCO in March last year, what we did was we quickly call all Malaysian importers. Yeah, because we have 46 offices around the globe. So every office around the globe must contacted all Malaysian importers. Why? Because when MCO was implemented, production cannot be done. Therefore, it gives a negative impact to the importers, because this is where, as I mentioned earlier, any international businesses, they need to pay upfront before the product go to them. Therefore, so now the payment has been done, but then the production is not happening. So this is where we gather as much input as possible for Malaysian importers. What are their difficulties, problem, and issues faced? Then this information being channeled back to Malaysia, and in Malaysia we check one after the other the affected companies and how they want to settle the problem. Okay, that's one. Number two, suddenly there is there's the absence of communication between international buyers and Malaysian exporters. There's no communication. Therefore, this is where we start to embark on e-Bizmatch. E-Bizmatch is B2B, so online, means virtual B2B, but we brand them as e-Bizmatch. For example, UEM Agenta and Asma Holding, they actually met each other through our online virtual meetings. We introduce them, and then once they have something concrete, They apply from the Malaysian government to travel to Saudi, and then once the Saudi side, the Saudi government receive their inquiries, and that is where they met. So there are actually now very limited control movement business to business between Malaysia and foreign countries, but it is actually very limited and very controlled. For example, today I'm wearing my gelang, my white wristband. Why? These are all control measures that the government is taking to prevent COVID-19 from spreading. Number three, our officers abroad also facilitate the issuance of visas. For Saudi, for example, the letter of invitation and so on so forth. So basically, we play very active role to facilitate the businesses between Malaysia and the foreign countries, and we also engage international organization like Islamic Development Bank to support if there is a need for Malaysian company to get support from this international organization. We also organize a meeting with ADB, Asia Development Bank. We also organize, not to mention Exim Bank Malaysia, to get all the support to overcome the challenges that we are facing now, Dr. Amir.
Okay, thank you. I think we can also hear from Mr. Chong. Mr. Chong put some chat on the chat room, all right, on issues on China market. There is a question here, all right. Maybe we can hear from the view of Mr. Chong. If a company is not halal registered, can that company join Matrade?
Matrade is a national trade promotion agency. Under the bill approved by the government, the parliament, our role is actually to assist Malaysian companies focusing on SMEs to penetrate overseas. Halal is actually one of the sectors, one of the sectors that we are promoting. Halal is not the sector that we are promoting. And for your information, I was posted to China. I was posted to Shanghai for 5 years. Halal is actually gaining popularity in China, not because of religious, but because of food safety. Food safety. So what I want to say is that you don't have to be a halal certified company to get the assistance from Malaysia, from Matrade. Your product does not necessarily certified as halal in order to be exported to the world. But if your target is halal market, it's about 1.7 billion population of Muslim in the world. If that is your market, then you should have halal certification. But that is not the requirement. I hope I answered that, yeah?
Thank you, Mr. Mansur. There is one question, and I believe that this question maybe is attended to Mr. Rami. It is about political instability. Okay, I know that this is a very sensitive question, but we cannot run away when we teach international business. We need to teach about politics. So there is a question that how does political instability affect trade development?
Actually, I think recently all of us heard about this reconciliation happened between GCC countries and Qatar. To be honest with you, actually before it affected the economy here in Qatar. But after the reconciliation happened, the economy started to grow again. Not like before, but at least we can consider it as a positive step, to Qatar to make like normal relationship with all neighbor countries, regardless the political affairs. And I think with in the near future, it will